Today is October the 6th in Valdosta, Georgia, home of Wal-Mart Store 2615. I'm George Boston Rhymes. This message is directly to Wal-Mart President Mike Duke, Chairman of the Board of Directors David Glass, to the members of the Waltons family on the Board of Directors and other board members respectively. But in addition to those people, I also want this to go to the people of America and around the world. That my name is George Boston Rhymes. I was terminated as Wal-Mart Sporting Goods Department Manager on March 20th, 2008. And since that time, I have written Wal-Mart store presidents, President Lee, President Duke, and others directly. 31 letters. 26 videos, over a 3.5-year period, with over 34 pages of proof that I was never entered into Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated 4-week training program designed for all department managers in sporting goods here in America and perhaps around the world. Yet, Wal-Mart executives have failed to answer one question in writing with a letter with a date, signature, and signature block of anyone. It is as if though I am invisible. It is as if I never spent over 20 years in the United States Armed Forces as a military veteran. It was as if though I am invisible. Other words, I am a former employee that has zero importance to Mike Duke, David Glass, and the 13 or more Board of Director members. It is sad that in the United States of America, land of the free and home of the brave, that these people, America's largest retail giant, can ignore me without even a courteous reply. I intend to make it crystal clear to everybody on the planet Earth that if Wal-Mart can treat me, a manager, like this, after 31 valid letters, 26 video recordings on YouTube, Boston G.B.R. Many letters I sent to Wal-Mart president was sent certified return receipt, and still America's #1 retail giant can ignore American workers without even providing them with a courteous reply. Can you all see me? Can you hear me? Can you understand me? That if I could go over in foreign lands and be willing to fight in combat for foreigners that I did not know, foreigners who had done nothing to me, put my life on the line for their freedom, for their justice system, for their equality, only to return home to be treated as a second-class citizen. We who make up the active duty armed forces of this nation had better wake up. We had better wake up. We who are retired military veterans with children that we care about, we had better wake up. Now we know in the state of Georgia, Saxby Chambliss, Mr. Isaacson, the Honorable Sanford Bishop, and a host of others represent the people here in the state of Georgia. Yet in the state of Georgia, an American worker can be terminated for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all. And their employers like Wal-Mart and others are not even required to tell them why in 2011. So I leave this with you, Mr. Mike Duke, Chairman David Glass, to the couple of Walton on the board of directors, and others who have ignored me. Am I live or am I Memorex? Or is it that you don't care about any of your workers? I ask you valid questions. Mr. Walton's on the board of directors, Mr. Mike Duke, Chairman David Glass, I've asked you valid questions that the American people are looking for you to respond to. They are not complicated questions. I'm only asking you, number one, Mr. Glass, the Wal-Mart family, to President Duke and store manager Hal here at store 2615 in Valdosta, Georgia. I'm simply asking you, number one, did you design this 34-page document that has your name on it? Did you place it on the wire for Wal-Mart Sporting Goods Department managers to be entered into some type of training so they would know how to do their job? I'm asking you, did you create that document, number one? Number two, show me one single page of the 34 pages wherein George Boston Rhymes entered into that required mandatory 4-week training. I've asked you, send me the name of the person that was assigned my trainer. What date was I entered into this required Wal-Mart mandatory 4-week training? What date did I fail or complete this training? And if I was never entered into this training, and I was not, nobody at store 2615 can prove that I was ever entered into that training. after being employed at Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated for over 3 years. So what's the deal on that? Why is that question, Mr. Glass, Mr. Mike Duke, Store Manager Hal, the Waltons on the board of directors and others, why is it so hard for you to just answer my simple question before the American people, the citizens here in Valdosta, and the people in China and Germany and Russia and around the world? And before God, our Creator, why can't you just answer those questions? I am of at least of average intelligence. And I said that I was going to do 30 videos. I have upped that now to 300 videos before I change my course. Because you are just ridiculous. With what I hear about what is going on, the fixture room is dangerous here at the store. OSHA need to be called in. Fire exit being blocked. The people working at night shift unloading the trucks, they tell me the managers talk to them like they're dirt. And can I start my quest to make things better at Wal-Mart based upon the simple fact of the way that you have treated me? Do you think as a follower of Jesus Christ that I must look the other way in hard economic times such as these? I've been unemployed for 3.5 years. I begin to question what you put in my record. And how many other people have you treated the same way? They are coming to me, and I'm meeting them, and I'm recording them, because I just want to know how America's elected officials such as Saxby Chambliss, Tim Golden, Amy Carter, Sanford Bishop, and others who we vote into power in the state of Georgia can allow Georgia to still have on the books a law wherein a person can be fined for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all without even being given the right outside of EEOC for their employers to address their issues. Store Manager Hal, I'm still hearing about you and what's going on at both stores of $26.15 as well as $8.99. I understand there's a racial problem at $8.99 across town. They are coming to me. Why would they come to me? Because they respect me. Why do they respect me? That's something you're going to have to ask. You know I've come to you straight because I gave Wal-Mart my best. In the same manner that I gave the United States Armed Forces 20 years of my best and was rewarded for the work that I did. So am I lying? Or am I Memorex? Why don't you answer me? The people, the American people and people around the world want Wal-Mart executives to answer my question. Have you noticed how my videos have picked up and they're going, people are posting them all across the world now? Have you noticed that? Just Google it. People know that I'm telling the truth. And they also know that somebody is playing a game with an individual that loves God too much to let people suffer like people in China or in some other third world communist nation. This is kvci.blogspot.com. George Boston Rhymes on YouTube. I have just begun to fight. after 3½ years. I am just beginning to fight. And I've told my children to continue to fight and pass it on to my grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because something must happen in America, or the citizens of America is no more than the peasants in the worst country on the face of this earth. And we must not only deal with Wal-Mart, but we must stand up for workers' rights. And those elected officials that do not stand with the workers across America, then we need to vote them out of our office. And so I close by asking you, Mr. Wal-Mart, am I lying or am I memorates? Am I a sheep in wolf clothing, or am I the real deal and you are what you are? And pretty soon people around the world will know the game that you are playing. When truth comes into the minds of those who seek truth, falsehood must vanish, because falsehood is forever a vanishing thing. Mr. Hal, Store Manager Hal, President Mike Duke, Chairman of the Board of Directors David Glass, to the Waltons still on the Board of Directors along with 10 or 12 others, I want you to know that we are not who we claim to be, but who we prove ourselves to be over a given period of time. And I'm going to take the necessary time to prove to the American people and people around this universal plane, to prove who I am and what I stand for and what you do not stand for, and that is American workers here in the United States of America, the state of Georgia, and perhaps around the world. Good evening. God bless you. And that's what time it is.